I have a background in surgery. I'm a licensed paralegal. I have three businesses, a makeup company, a radio show, and a DNA testing company. I travel all over the world. I'm definitely a boss.
Mentality is uberly important, truth, like you mentioned, right? And you can't eat hope, Coco. You can't eat manifestation, right? But I keep talking about, oh, this is my mindset. I'm going to get busy. Prove it, right? A lot of people come in my gym, act like they can fight until it's time to fight. Then they realize they can't fight and need to start from day one, to square one. You know? So where are we really? Because Coco, you said you didn't agree with the term, but as you spoke, you actually did.
Thing about women, they're going to find a way to squeeze in there under some type of category. Well, I could be bad, but as long as I'm fat, but I'm pretty, I'm bad. No, bad is just strictly an aesthetic. And one thing about a woman, they are going to find some type of way. Well, I'm not really a whore because I just slept with 50 men, but I only put one penis in my mouth. Y'all like to find some type of way to squeeze in there. Like, I'm going to get in here one way or another. And the hard.
Yeah, and to the what was the lady that made the comment to what I was saying? Let me catch your name again.
Sarah.
You said Skylar?
Sarah.
Okay. So Sarah, okay, so you said the blind can't lead the blind and you can't lead being broke. So it depends on the season that you're in. So like I was going back to what I was saying. I'll just use myself as an example, okay? Because I've had some moments in time where I've been broke from circumstances or situations that has happened to me, but I'm still a boss, okay? I have a background in surgery. I'm a licensed paralegal. I have three businesses, a makeup company, a radio show, and a DNA testing company. I travel all over the world. I'm definitely a boss. But at the end of the day, I still experience preterm labor with my child. It put me in the hospital for several months, and I have a child that's on the spectrum. And so navigating through that, I had to choose my situation and circumstance for where I was right now. But I'm also married. Okay. So I have a provider in my life, but I went from being in a masculine situation to becoming a wife and not having to worry about paying bills and doing things like that. So at the end of the day, people will look at that as being broke or whatever because I'm not, going out working. But my situation and circumstance took a turn. Does that mean that I'm not a boss? Absolutely not, because I can still stand up. If my husband falls down, I'll still be able to stand up. I'm a hustler by nature, but sometimes life can, take a turn. I'm still a leader. I'm still bossed up, but I know my place. And I also know that there's seasons and reasons, and that can be for male and female. Sometimes guys will choose to, get their education or to start businesses, and their money may not reflect what us women think that the guy needs to have to be leaders or to be in a relationship, but that can change overnight. So that's why I'm coming from the space that I'm coming from.
Can I say something? I don't know if y'all can y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
We can hear you. Hold up, explicit. Go ahead, Naeem.
So I want to say something. Just thinking back in history, like some of the greatest leaders of the world were never known for having money. So I don't necessarily agree that money makes you a leader or not. Like, how much money did Malcolm X have, and Martin Luther King, or Harriet Tubman, or Fred Hampton? These guys were never known for money, but their mindset was what made them a leader, what made them a boss. So I don't necessarily think that money equates to leadership ability or boss ability, and I don't see anything wrong with a woman being a boss. It's like, you got to pick and choose. First, if a woman's a gold digger, it's thumbs down for that. But when say I'm a boss, I get on my own, it's thumbs down for that too. Like, you got to pick a side. What's wrong with a woman being Ric Flair, going woo, styling and pride? What's wrong with that? Like, I don't understand. What's wrong with that? Like, I see a lot of people who hate, like Carissa Shields, for example, because of the way she talks and she's cocky and all that. But they championed Floyd. They love Floyd for that. Ali did the same thing. Like, what's wrong with a woman knowing she's it? You know what I mean? I don't see anything wrong. I would want my daughter to have a boss mentality.
That's right.
It don't got to be a boss B. We can take the B off and put chick or whatever you want to call it. So that's my little 2 cents right there.
Sorry if I'm interrupting. I think that there needs to be a clear definition of what.
Coco, it's just so funny because a lot of these women could be leading with all of this and still be single mothers. They can be leading with all of this and still not be married or be able to find a man. Now, I'm not saying that she is. I'm not saying that she's in a situation where, she can't find a man. She said that she is married, right? But you listen to her saying that she's a boss babe because I got this, I got this, I got that, I got this. But it's like, like, but you then say you have a husband where he is a provider. He take care of pretty much almost everything, right? From my understanding. So it's just like, let's just be honest, right? You feel like you're a boss babe because that man provided you a lifestyle that you would not be able to have if he was not there, right? I'm just keeping it being, right? I'm just keeping it being. For a lot of women, that is the case. When you look at a lot of women who are millionaires, a lot of women who are billionaires, a lot of these women acquired that money through who? Their husbands or through their fathers. So I mean, people, we gotta stop being disingenuous. And then Naeem said that, hey man, listen, you don't have to, your greatest leaders didn't have all of the money in the world, right? And we understand that. And the only people who don't understand that, the only people who struggle with that are your women in today's society, because now a lot of you women are hypergamous. They love in abundance, right? Your people like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, your average men back in the 50s, 40s, 30s, they were able to make somewhat of a livable wage, and the women just lived under it, and they rarely went on vacations. Women now, it's almost like you have to be able to take them on vacations for them to be able to feel fulfilled, right? Because we've already seen videos, and I'm not going to put it up here, right? But we've already seen many videos where women are divorcing their man, and they're saying their man isn't good enough, and they will sit here and say, once again, because of their happiness. And then it's just like, okay, well, what are you basing this off of? Well, he can't buy this for me. Well, he's too boring. He doesn't do this. Well, ma'am, I'm sorry, not everybody can constantly travel, right? And then maybe that's not his love language. Maybe he don't like to freaking travel all the time. Maybe he just like to sit at the house or just go out to go eat. But women, it's almost like you have to travel every single time. They got to go somewhere every other month. They got to get out of the house. I can't stay in the house. I was like, man, I'm just like, yo, man, we got to do better, women. We got to do better. But it's only women who created this prerequisite that men have to be able to provide them a lifestyle that truthfully they couldn't even provide for themselves. But hey, a man has to be able to provide it. And it's just wild, right? It gets ridiculous, because these are the same women that get older, and once they get into the 30s, once they get ran through, once they have all these children, once they're tired of getting played, it's just like, okay, well, hey, now I want to settle down. Now I want to do this. Now I want to do that. Lower your standards. Lower your standards. You ain't got to travel early. You ain't got to sit over here and like, nah. Because I also understand that by the time men at least hit their 30s, they want to be able to, this is when they really reach the financial stride, and that's when they're able to actually travel. And you're talking about dealing with women who are in their 30s who've already been used as a cum bucket throughout the years, right? Throughout her 20s, traveling the world. Now all of a sudden you want to settle down with a guy, and you want to have certain experiences with this man where he wants to share experience with somebody, but he can't do it because, hey, this woman already did the whole damn thing. And this is where you get to women getting upset, because these guys would then start to go ahead and outsource their resources to younger women. Men understand we need money to live, so that's what we're willing to do. We're willing to make enough money to where we're comfortable, and that's all we need. Whereas women make enough money so they can go out here and go outsource it to vacations, cruises, shopping. And this is why you see, your corporations, their main target audience are women. And then for him to bring up Clarissa Shields and say that a lot of people hate Clarissa Shields because of how she, how outgoing she is, and because she's a competitor. Nobody has an issue with her, just like how nobody had an issue with Serena Williams when she's a competitor. I mean, we're all competitors. The only issue is when you don't know how to turn that stuff off when you come home. Right. And see, the funny thing about it is black women are the ones who hate Clarissa Shields, not men. Y'all don't believe me? Look at the video.
I'm letting you have it right now, because ain't nothing you can do about that. And while you looking for a new job, I'm still going to be selling out theaters and venues, looking like a fat slob in clothes that you said that I look nasty in, and my feet are so damn big, and who dressed me. I'm still going to be making my money. I don't even do this. But I'm so sick of black people and their bull. I'm saying what I want to say. If you got a problem with what I'm saying, and Lord, pray for me. Because I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Okay? I'm not there yet. Black women, you are some of the most nasty, disrespectful people on God's planet Earth. The things that you say about other black women, but you're an activist, and you are educated, and you are this, and you are that, and you are the other. Black women, you are some of the most nasty, disrespectful people on God's planet Earth.
She's not lying. Y'all
Things
say
that you say
yes
about other black women, but you're an activist, and you are educated, and you are this, and you are that, and you are the other. Find yourself, because a degree does not give you class. Find yourself, because a degree ain't gonna get your stupid into heaven.
Because I actually saw the video that she posted where she was performing. She had her tennis shoes on, I think with some capris on or something like that. And people just come in mean stuff to her. She sing, bro. Judge her singing. You can't talk about how she don't sing good because she got the voice of a damn angel. But you want to talk about her size and her looks and her clothes? Everybody don't want to wear no heels.
She had to check sisters. She had to check sisters because sisters are just overall, man, it's some wild people, right? Some unstable creatures, right? We're just gonna say it. Some unstable creatures. I ain't gonna say the B word.
Dealing with they damn hormones. Y'all some unstable creatures. I ain't gonna say the B word. I'm gonna say unstable creatures. It's my new word for y'all.
And Clarissa Shields challenged a boxer before, a male boxer, but once again, you're talking about competition. Then when you look at somebody who is like Angel Reese, that's who we're gonna have some issues with, because look at the stuff that she does. I mean, you're gonna slap the clipboard out of somebody's hand. You're gonna sit here and say that, oh well, women want, people want to sexualize me, this, that, and the third. But yet you look at some of the things she posts, and you just be like, bro, what in the world is wrong with this woman? Those women don't know how to turn that stuff off. And Angel Reese is the same one who was in a relationship and now she's not in a relationship because, once again, her attitude.
Boss B is referring to, right? Are we referring to the attitude? Or are we referring to the characteristics and the traits that that make a woman a boss? Like, what
That's
are we
fair.
exactly referring to?
I love how you said that. I like that.
So let me expound for a second, right? Because all of that was decent, right? A boss is a person who is in charge of workers or a group or an organization. So no, you don't necessarily have to have money to be in charge of people, but what a boss is somebody that can put you in position. So we can move the goalposts and play with a whole bunch of words, but usually when a woman says that she's a boss bitch, not only is it an aesthetic, not only is it a lifestyle, but it's also a bank account associated as well. So let's stick straight to that. Like we could play around with it and go over here. We can talk about Malcolm X, who had a lot of influence, but he had a lot of power. He had a lot of men behind him. But when we talk about a boss bitch, which I hate the word bitch too, is tasteless.
Yeah, it's tasteless.
Bitch, they're usually talking about the money they had, the accolades they had, and the influence and power that they had. And so the initial question was, or is it a flex to a man for a woman to be a boss bitch? And so Sarah said no. Coco said
No.
yes. Naeem, you would love
It's not a flex.
Okay,
I say yes. I say yes.
Naeem said yes. And Hot Boy Twin, why are you saying it's not a flex for a woman?
Well, it's not a flex because sometimes when a woman feels she a boss, she feel like she gonna dominate her man and she's in charge and she want to lead because she make more money. Well, you need to be with another woman then, because at the end of the day, if you such of a fucking boss, your man, you looking down at him. So like you said, a boss is a leader. If you fall off, the leader don't fall off. You get what I'm saying? So if you a boss, why you want to be a boss woman if your man can't even give you input because you make more money with him? He shouldn't worry about how much money she makes.
Why a woman being a boss immediately has to emasculate a man immediately?
Because women always be dominated over their
why
money.
Can't he just be a boss too? Like,
I mean,
exactly.
I'm
Why
a boss,
bosses?
but I don't want a boss woman. I mean, I've been running businesses all my life, but I'd rather take the janitor at my job who's more feminine. I don't care how much money she makes. I don't care about that.
Why does being a boss mean she not? I'm actually a boss in my real life. I own a business. I'm a mother of 3 children. I'm a boss of my house. I'm the boss.
I had a lot of them like that, and it just don't work like that. When a man is
when
dominant,
I come to my man, that is like the one place I tell him all the time, I can be soft with him. I melt.
Substance.
I'm like.
So why
substance?
Why didn't you and the janitor work then? For example.
No,
why didn't you and the janitor work?
I'd rather have a janitor or something because I don't care about how much money. Like I say, the money don't define a person. But if the woman has a lot of money, she always say, "Oh, my friend, he just did this or did that because of the money." It shouldn't be about that. You know, if you pick right, you should be good.
As an actual person, an actual entrepreneur, I'm sure other people are entrepreneurs too, right? Men, we love when our women do simple things. Like I like when my woman cook for me. Right, I like when she do my meal prep. That's so important to me. I don't know why I like it. I just love when she do that. Right. So, but me as a boss, it's certain tasks that I can't concern myself with other places. As an entrepreneur, as a leader of a business, right?
Yes.
I'm not sweeping floors. I'm not doing the little small tasks because I have no business there. Which typically a boss, B word, right? She
Mhm.
has no. I don't got no business cooking in here for you. Like nigga, we can get maids. We can get maids. We can get chef. We can have people cook. We can go buy some food, right? Because she also as a boss should. This thing I'm way more valuable leading this company doing big things than to cook you a meal, which a lot of us men appreciate those small things because at the end of the day, we just men.
Yes.
So you wouldn't want a woman that make more money than you?
Would I want a woman that make more money than
Yeah,
me?
yeah.
I can't imagine that happening, but I wouldn't. Not ideally, no.
Oh, I guess we different. I love that. I love a woman make more money than me.
Okay, no,
It's,
explain that
I
to me.
mean, simple. It's simple. If you make more than her 8 times out of 10, she wants you to cover everything. So if she make more than me, we go out. I don't even got to do like the fake. She don't even got to do like how basically ain't no faking when it comes to the bill. Like she might cover it, or she might say, hey, if you like basketball, she might like basketball. It's a games. Want to go to the game? She might cover the ticket. So it's just a simple fact that if she has more money than you, you don't have to be she don't have to be a bill to you.
Okay, so you would like a woman that had more money than you because it would save you money, possibly. Is that what you're saying?
Of course, 1,000%. I would love that.
Okay.
What about
I would love
that
that. I would love a woman
money?
with more money than
Yo,
me.
you gotta date
Listen,
your
I
price
know
range
what I
range.
am. All of that real man. That's not. I don't. You're not a real man. Listen, they say you're not a real man if you ask women for money. I'm not a real man then. Like I'm not a real man. I don't know what award I get for being a real man. Like take me out of that. Like you know what I mean. Like you're demasculated. I know
He's
who I
trying
am
to
when I
get
go to the bathroom.
spoiled.
I grab a penis when I use the bathroom when I pick a pee. Like I know what I am. So her income, my income don't determine if I'm a man or not. Like that's some.
Yo,
I don't know what the fuck that
you
come
don't
from. Like
necessarily have to make more money than you in order for that to happen. Like I date dudes who make way more money than me, and I still spoil my man. What do that got to do with anything?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm spoiling mine, baby.
you said your man make more, but you still treat him.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And
That's
that's
what a woman's supposed
kudos.
to do.
Then
Oh
kudos
yeah.
to you. That means that's even
So,
doper. But obviously, that's not the norm. You're an exception to the rule, probably.
so
You know what I'm
before
saying?
we
That's
get,
that's
That's
normal.
very
hold on,
That's
hold
normal.
up,
actually
hold up,
normal.
hold up. So before we get too far gone with this, right? We're gonna clean it up a little bit, and then I'll let everybody cook. You know how they want to cook, right? So let me just say this, right? A boss, I don't think that being a boss is a masculine thing, right? I don't even believe that there's a such thing as, especially in today's society, as a so-called gender-specific role within a house. Like the young lady said, my wife's a boss. My wife's a multimillionaire, but when she comes in the house, she's a wife. So I think that that's the issue that we're getting with a lot of these women who get in these positions of having a certain amount of money or a certain amount of status. They don't know how to come off and take that. They don't know how to come home and take the hat off. And I think that that's the issue with a lot of these men. You can be the boss in the world, you be that. But when you come in the house, it's time to let your ponytail down. And so I think that a lot of these women have been independent so long that when you start to get in relationships with them because they've been self-sufficient so long, they kind of put you into a situation where it's a dick measuring contest. And I don't think that
Yes.
any man wants to feel like him and his girlfriend are
Yes.
going to combat in the house about who's the man and who's who. So I understand what Sarah was saying because I definitely, I get that perspective and from that way. But I also get what Ryan, is it Ryan, R-I-A-N? But I also get what she's saying. I'm a single mother. I'm a boss, but I know how to flip the switch, and that's a rarity for most women. That is a rarity. Not a lot of women know how to flip the switch. They'll
Right.
literally want you to come in the house and outman them, and that is why a lot of men feel away about these she bosses. But go ahead if
So,
anybody.
if I
Yeah.
may, so automatically when I hear the term boss B, like I'm thinking of the attitude that's associated with it.
Okay.
Right. That's why I'm not you'll never hear that come out of my mouth. Right.
Mhm.
So I don't find it feminine to use that term. I don't find it feminine. I don't find it whatever ladylike. I just don't like it. Right. And you can be a boss and not have to proclaim to the world that I'm a boss.
Yes.
Right. You don't need to say everything. Just
So
do it. Just
can
lead.
I piggyback off of what you're saying real quick? Because I didn't get to answer the question. So for me, I think it's a flex for somebody else to call you that.
Yes.
When you calling yourself that, no,
That's
it's not flex.
self-proclaiming.
I think when
Right.
somebody else is going, nah, that's she a boss. Like you gotta understand, like she a boss. Like for me to walk
Yes.
around and be like, I'm a self-proclaimed boss bitch, like that's cool and all, but it's kind of corny to me.
It's
Yes.
very
Yes.
But when
cool.
somebody else is giving it to you and going, nah, you don't understand, she a boss. Like that's something
Mhm.
completely fucking different.
Yes.
I ain't mad at that. So how about this? And then we'll wrap this topic up. So this is my feeling. I feel like traditional men don't want a boss bitch, and that is where I'm going to land the plane with that. Ham, you can get into the next topic, and we can just keep it rocking and rolling.
Yeah, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, man. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Salute everybody in the chat. Please super chat. Please hit the like button. I mean, that helps the channels the most, man. I think we doing well, truth. But there was so much oxymoronic things that was said.
Okay.
Like, for instance, Ryan said, "Oh, I think we can both be bosses." I ain't never seen a castle with two flags.
No.
And how you do anything is how you do everything. So we hope that they can turn it off when they get home. But if you're doing that for 10 hours a day, it's highly unlikely and unrealistic, right? I also keep hearing everybody talking about how many LLCs they got. If you ain't generating a profit or turning a revenue, I don't want to hear that shit.
That's a fact.
So we keep on saying, I've done this and I've done that. Can you prove it? And the mentality is uberly important, truth, like you mentioned, right? And you can't eat hope, Coco. You can't eat manifestation, right? But I keep talking about, oh, this is my mindset. I'm going to get busy. Prove it, right? A lot of people come in my gym acting like they can fight until it's time to fight. Then they realize they can't fight and need to start from day one, to square one. So where are we really? Because Coco, you said you didn't agree with the term, but as you spoke, you actually did.
Well, I just gave my 2 cents on what I
No, it was
think.
10 cents. It was a lot. But I think I just want you to organize it. You know what I mean? Like, so
that's why I took a couple steps back, and I just was like, it just depends on where you're at. Like when Sarah was saying, she felt that a boss bitch was a mentality, and then some people might look at it as a financial aspect. So I was just trying to speak to both, and just So, but I feel you though.
Well, what you did was make it a one size fit all type thing, and that's the issue that we have with society, and especially with women. One thing about women, they're going to find a way to squeeze in there under some type of category. Well, I could be bad, but as long as I'm fat, but I'm pretty, I'm bad. No, bad is just strictly an aesthetic. And one thing about a woman, they are going to find some type of way. Well, I'm not really a whore because I just slept with 50 men, but I only put one penis in my mouth. Y'all like to find some type of way to squeeze in there. Like, I'm going to get in here one way or another. And the harsh reality is you can't be broke and be a boss bitch. They just do not go together. It just doesn't.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
And man, True is hitting it on the head. I mean, as I stated before, when it comes down to the boss babe stereotype, it's a stereotype created by black women. It's a loud, aggressive, strong, independent black woman who thinks she can do everything by herself. You're stereotypical, hey, listen, I don't need a man. But yeah, you will see a lot of these women on EBT. You see it all of the time, right? But their idea of being a boss babe is a woman who is a quote unquote entrepreneur, a woman who can take care of herself, a woman who could do this, a woman who could do that. That's a woman's idea of a boss babe. Men, we don't subscribe to that stupidity. We just don't subscribe to that stuff. We are looking for virtuous women. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for virtuous women. The second you hear boss babe, you automatically know that's not a virtuous woman. I'm sorry to tell you, but the second you hear a boss babe, that you already know that is not a virtuous woman. And guess what men are looking for? They're looking for virtuous women, not boss babes. This is another example of what this is your modern day boss babe right here.
Raise your hand if you're married. None of you are married. Raise your hand if you would like to be married to your baby's father. One. The rest of you who don't plan to get married, why don't you plan to get married? I'd like to know that.
You already have your child to think about, and then a whole family to care for. It's a lot of responsibility, and then you don't want the commitments.
I wouldn't want no man holding me down because I think I can make it as a single parent.
But don't you think you might need help in raising that baby from a man?
Not really. I didn't have a father. My father wasn't in the home, so it really, male figures are not substantially important in the family.
Also, it just depends on what type of man you're going for too. So therefore you have to hold yourself accountable for what type of guys you're going for. Because if you thinking already like that, like you going into a situation where you feel like, oh, he finna be cheating or he finna be fucking with somebody else, then that's not the one for you. Right. But what's your end goals? Like, what do y'all want to be? Do you guys want to be somebody's wife? What do you want to be? Yeah, see, we talk about that all the time on the show. Sometimes I don't really know if I necessarily want to get married. Do you want to have kids? I do want to have kids, but I'm not sure if I want to get married. So why do you, this is my question. Okay. Why, do you want to have kids? Hell no! She always says she don't want to have kids. Nigga to drink. I got too much shit to do. But why, okay, so you don't want to have kids. So, okay, you a different story. But you, okay. You want to have kids, but you don't know if you want to get married. So that means that you already going to be, you're planning to already bring this child into and have a deficit in their life, right? I mean, I feel like if I find the right person, we could get married. I just, sometimes I don't really have a lot of faith in these niggas. But do you have to find the right person to have the baby? I do think I have to find the right person to have a kid, but I also feel like I'm in a position where I'm doing things for my own, so I would completely be okay with having to take on that responsibility by myself as far as financial shit go, if I have to. I don't think that's okay. I don't think it's okay neither, but I feel like it's the reality of like the generation that we live in, because I just feel like that's how most of these niggas are. I do. No, those are the niggas that you going after. You got to find somebody that's going to. But I don't really be going after nobody. It be the people that be coming after me. I don't go. If we being honest, like I don't go chase these niggas. It be the niggas that be trying to talk to me. Well, not necessarily go after, but I'm saying like. These obviously, if you're giving your attention to these people, then you know what I'm saying, that's what's going, you know, but I just feel like women, we have to take accountability as far as like where we're giving our attention to. Right. You know what I'm saying? The type of man that we're giving our attention to. I agree. I want marriage to be a thing again. You know, I want women to feel like they should be able to get married because y'all deserve that. Why not? You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, guys, it's almost like, it's like women are almost like children, right? Where you just give them too much power, they start to act like children. They want to sit here and try to dictate. They don't know when to turn that stuff off. They think they're the boss from the time they get up to the time they go to sleep. And it's like, no, no. And then on top of that, it's even worse when they don't want to pick up the responsibilities of what a real boss is, right? It's just sad because it's like, once again, if you're going to be a boss, come take care of all the responsibilities that a boss does. But they don't, right? They all leave it up to a man. And then for Sarah to be so disingenuous and ask, oh, well, are we talking about the attitude or are we talking about the characteristics? I mean, baby girl, it's pretty much, you might as well say they still all come together. They still all come together. They still all come together because when you look at a boss babe, look at her characteristics. And then you also add the attitude to it. The attitude is going to be a part of it. You ain't going to be able to separate it. Once again, guys, look at the deflection. Look at how women just try to just redefine certain terms and definitions and meanings. Oh, well, you know, now we need to find a definition of that. Ma'am, don't sit here and tell us we need to find a definition. Y'all are the ones who keep saying that. Y'all are the ones that came up with that stuff. Men never brought that stuff up. Only women did, right? And now, because men are saying something about it, now women are, oh, well, you know what? We don't want to use that. Oh, well, no. It's sad, but I mean, man, listen, guys, welcome to your sisterhood. Welcome to women here in America. Feel me, if you start, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. To the next one.